Well, after that Basel game, I was fearing the worst, but form has improved, and we've got a big game against Stade-Lausanne Ouchy today. If we win, we're safe. Let's do this. Roll that title. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 21 of the Liechtenstein Challenge here with Vaduz. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, we are one win away from safety as our form after the Basel game has been very good. We have had 2 draws and 3 wins. 2 wins against Zurich have helped us push ourselves further away from the relegation playoff zone. And if we win today against Stade-Lausanne Ouchy, we will be safe. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. But yeah, form has been good. We started off with a 2-2 draw at home to Servette. We should have probably won this game, but unfortunately they got an 87th minute equaliser to compound us to another draw against Servette at home. Then it was a trip to Stade-Lausanne Ouchy where we got a 1-0 victory thanks to Tobias Feniger in the 84th minute. And then a home tie to Zurich. Fabio Fer with the 2 goals, sending us 3 points clear of Zurich at the time. Then when it switched to the relegation playoffs, we beat Zurich at their place 4-1. Goals from Rajkovic, Kariosha, Samba and Tobias Feniger, making it 4-1 to us. And then just before the Stade-Lausanne Ouchy game today, we nearly secured a 1-0 victory over their rivals Lausanne. But unfortunately, Traore scored a equaliser in the 70th minute. But if we do win today, we will go into 8th position, actually, if we win today. And we will have enough points to stay in the division for another season. So hopefully, we can do the job. But Stade-Lausanne Ouchy's form has been very good. I'm just looking at the 3 fixtures that they had before they play us today. Sion, Lausanne and Zurich getting 3 victories there. 3 comfortable victories, I would say, apart from the Lausanne game. But they have put themselves into 7th position. And I think they are safe now. Unfortunately, as the league has split, they can't go above St. Gallen. That's what happens with these types of leagues where they split in half. But the most important thing for us today is to get that 3 points. So just something I wanted to show you all before we get into the game. We did play the Liechtenstein semi-final against Vaduz 2 and we won that 2-0 thanks to Usman Simbakoli. 17 shots we had and 2 on target, but those were the 2 that mattered, and he got the goals in the 16th and 18th minute. A lot of our youngsters playing in those games. I tried my best to play as many youngsters as I could. Obviously, with the registration rules for the Liechtenstein Cup, if they play for the Vaduz 2 side, then they can't play for Vaduz in the Liechtenstein Cup. So maybe something I need to be careful of in the next couple of years, but I will always try my best to play some youngsters or reserve players like we did in this game here. And then in the final, we played Balzers and we beat them 3-1. We had more chance of playing youngsters in this game than the Vaduz 2 match. But this has secured our 3rd Liechtenstein Cup in a row, especially after that first season we had. Where we had an embarrassment in the early rounds. We've now gone on 3 seasons on the bounce, winning the Liechtenstein Cup, which is tremendous. And then we had our youth intake, which hasn't been as good as recent seasons, but I'm not too disappointed. Mainly the top talents are going to be the players that you might see in the future. So Albuat, Ziegler, Walter and Porten. I believe those are the guys that will probably make the grade this season. We'll maybe sign a couple of the good and the poor talents just to shore up the Liechtensteiner sort of national team, but I doubt any of them will make it through. Hopefully, down the line, they'll feed themselves into other Liechtenstein clubs, but that hasn't been the case in previous seasons, so I'm not holding out for that. But as I say, it's been a priority for us to stay in the league this season rather than get better intakes. Hopefully, with us staying in the Swiss Super League and us potentially having a good European run next year, we might be able to improve the facilities and the coaching and youth recruitment, which is going to be a goal for me in the coming years. We then had some horrible news that our young Italian centre-back, Riccardo De Curtis, has sustained a 9 to 11 month injury, damaging his crucial ligaments in a Vaduz 2 match, which was extremely disappointing to hear. I was worried about Riccardo's injury record, but I was not expecting him to be out for so long. He is one of our hot prospects, which is an absolute nightmare. But hopefully he can come back better than this. But it's something we might have to consider going forward, since we did pay about 80 to 90k for this bloke. So something to ponder, but really disappointing. But we'll move on from it. These are the games that are going to be played today in the Swiss Super League. Lugano versus St. Gallen and Winterthur versus Young Boys, but we're not interested in that. We have a game today against Stade-Lausanne Ouchy. Zurich play Sion. If we win today, we will be safe. If we draw and Zurich were to lose, that would possibly get us the safety that we need, as that would put us on 5 points ahead of Zurich, and they've only got one more game to play, whereas we have the 2 games after the Stade-Lausanne Ouchy game today. If Sion could win, that would be fantastic, but their record this season has not been good. In terms of the top half, it looks like it's going to be Winterthur, Lugano and St. Gallen for that 4th place. Basel have already won the league, so it's between Servette and Young Boys, who finishes 2nd, which I believe is a Europa League place and not a Champions League place. This is the team we're going to go with. It was the team that got the draw against Lausanne. The only potential niggle I have is Letihi. He has not been in great form in terms of goal scoring. The only alternatives, though, I have are Tobias Feniger, who is in not really great form at the moment, and as well Simba Kohli as well. We've also got Rene Bella as well, but unfortunately he's not back to fully fitness yet. And both of them, in terms of consistency, worry me. It's potentially something we're going to have to look at next year, because Letihi is wanted by a number of clubs in Europe. I'm not going to let him go for cheap, though. He's valued between 1.7 million and 5 million. And the teams that are interested in him, I believe, have a bit of money. So we'll be trying to get towards that end mark of 5 million. Whether we get it is another story. But this is the team I'm going to go with. I will get into the opposition instructions and we'll get straight into the match as usual. Here we are for the game against Stade-Lausanne Ouchy. As you can see, our form, 4 wins and 1 draw going into this match. Lausanne Ouchy have got 3 wins. They're going with their 4-2-4 formation. We are going with our trusty 4-3-3. And if we win today, as I mentioned, we will be safe. That is the goal. Hopefully we can do it. We've had a good record against Stade-Lausanne Ouchy this season. But we're kicking off, and we'll see how we get on. So it looks like Zurich and Sion are playing later, which is annoying. But if we can get a victory here today, we will be safe, which is the main thing. So I've gone with the attacking mentality. The team is Hulsman, Gauthier, Messinero, Rego, and I'll just stop now as we've got a little bit of a highlight here. Picasso plays at a Rego. Kijueski. This is potentially a good ball here. Potentially a penalty here. It's a foul on Rajkovic. I'm going to try and sign him next season. It's a pen. Who's going to take it is the question. It looks like Mr. Samba. He missed against Basel. Oh, he's just got it in. Get those Samba music going. On his 3rd goal of the season, but he's had a really bad injury this year. He's just got it in. Malzinho nearly saved that. And we're 1-0 up. And as I mentioned, that will put us into 8th position, with only being ourselves 5 points behind Stade-Lausanne Ouchy. So that's really good. If we can finish anywhere above 10th this season, it'll be a massive success. But having said that, it looks like they've got a highlight, Rodriguez, and it looks like they're going to get a penalty. Really poor from I don't know who that was. It might have been Messinero. Yeah, they've got a penalty. Absolute nightmare. I think it was Messinero. Bunjaku, and he makes it 1-1. Good penalty. Holzman's got no chance there. Pretty confident penalty. And we're back at square one. I think a bit of an encouragement is needed here. And get the boys motivated. It's been pretty even so far. 2 shots for us, 3 now. Highlight to us. Garcia. Gotze. Ribkovic. Ball into Latihi. It's a good ball. If he was in form, he'd score that. He is struggling this season to get the goals that he was getting in the Challenge League, which is a bit frustrating. I think we're going to go play the ball into the box. And we will go a little bit shorter. We seem to be having more joy doing that. Defense hasn't had a good game. Maybe consider Gotze coming off. And Latihi as well, to be honest. I think we'll give Latihi the benefit of the doubt, though. But I think we might make some changes at half-time. It's not looking good. I'm going to say that's not really acceptable. And I think... We haven't really got any alternatives at right back, have we, really, apart from Keller? I think we will do that, though. Messinero, I'm a bit worried about his yellow card. I'm going to persist with him, though. But Gotze hasn't had a good game, so... And they've brought on Yannick Touré. They always seem to be unfit for some reason. I don't get that. I don't get why the AI do that. A draw might be enough for us, but we have to hope that Zurich beats Sion. If I've been saying that wrong, by the way, please let me know in the comments. I always like to try and get the pronunciation right, but I fail to do so. I think we're going to make some changes here, though. Defense is not looking good, and there's 2 yellow cards there, so it's going to be Danoon, I think, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Isak in the DM role, and then we're going to bring Tobias on, I think. Just going to say to them, demand more a little bit here. We're creating chances, we're just... Maybe just take the shorter pattern off and go standard. 65 minutes. Still all to play for. Doesn't look like we're getting much joy. Maybe one more substitution, I think. I think looking at Taro, I think, on that right hand side. Because the midfielder having an okay game. Stretch the wing backs a little bit further forward, I think. I think we can risk it for 3 points. It looks like this is going to end in a draw, folks. Tell you what, last 9 minutes, let's go very attacking. Because we need this result. Doesn't look like we're going to get anything. Oh, hang on. Tobias Fenniger with a good header there, but he should have scored. Pressing them really high here. Kajewski. Golliard, Fenniger. He's through. Is he onside though? That is the big question. He looked off. Oh, this is a big goal if it's onside. Yes! Tobias Fenniger. Great control. Puts it down and just slots it in. The young man may have just ensured our safety. So let's make sure. Yeah, it looked like Moata was keeping them on side. Let's make sure we go cautious now. I'll stop working the ball into the box and we'll waste some time and maybe go a bit direct. Now. Oh, we got a corner. Stade-Lausanne Ouchy. Kajewski though on the counter. Can we get a third? Go on. Nataro. Fenniger. Samba. Korosia. Oh. That could have been it. It does not matter though, because we are safe. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we deserve that. We are safe thanks to a Tobias Fenniger goal in the 89th minute. Tremendous result, that. We have avoided relegation. I am so pleased. I'm absolutely delighted, mate. I don't know who you are. It's a great feeling that we've stayed up in our first season in the Swiss Super League. So we have avoided the relegation playoffs. It looks like, I mean, Zurich need to win and hope that, Zurich do need to hope that they win. And then, I'm not sure what it is on the final day. It's Zurich, so that could be really interesting. I'm going to, before the end of the episode, I'll update you with the updated table. We'll get through to that. But that is just that's a massive win for us. Let's have a look at the so we paid out 5,500 quid for avoiding relegation to the Super League, but that is tremendous. With 2 games now to go. Our form since we've switched from Basel, I think just that constant switching between the sort of attacking one that we had and the defensive one, where the wingers come back a little bit further, has really worked. It's been really good for us. Hopefully, this means though that we can kick on next season. Obviously, the goal now is to just improve consistently, but we do need to improve with a couple of new signings. We've got a lot of young players coming through that we signed on the cheap, and I'm hoping that will put us in good stead for the future. I'll just show you the development centre. So Selly, for example, looking really good. Marvin Boyer, who is a Liechtenstein goalkeeper. The only problem with this lad is he's 5'10", but he is developing very nicely, I must admit. De Curtis, unfortunately, with the injury. Werner as well, not particularly good at the moment, but is got the potential. Bakker as well. We need fullbacks, and he could do the job. The Brazilian as well that we signed, Kua, or Kawa, how you pronounce that, I'm not sure. Martin Sherbert as well. Robert Huibers. Then we got Jonas Verlin, who might make an appearance next season. Young poacher. Who else have we got? Leonard Ali, young Finnish winger, and then we've also got a few players out on loan as well. So it's looking good for the club in the long term. I will get to you once the season is over, and then we'll discuss our plans going forward. This is the final league table. We have finished 9th in the league behind Lausanne and just above Lausanne. So that is a great finish to the season, when the season preview had us bottom second, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we were 450 to 1 or 500, and yeah, we finished 9th, so I can't complain about that. Not any players showing in the sort of player stats. Basel have won the league quite comfortably. Young Boys getting second, unfortunately, and Tibet getting third. Sion have been relegated. It's going to be Zurich versus Grasshopper Zurich in the playoffs, and Thun are going to join us in the league. They have won the Challenge League. Let me just show you the Challenge League. So Thun have won it by 71 points, just though, from the looks of things. Grasshopper have had a few more defeats, though. Stade Noir, who we've had a few of our players loaned out to this season, have been relegated. And Kriens, who got promoted last year, have stayed up, so that's good for them. But I will update you on who gets through in the relegation playoff when we get to it. And hopefully we can build on this 9th place finish next season. The board just want us to stay up in the league, so hopefully we can do that next year as well. I am absolutely delighted that we stayed up in our first season in the Swiss Super League, thanks to Tobias Feniger's 89th minute goal there. It was thoroughly deserved. A lot of yellow cards in that game, strangely enough, but we have something to build on now. We obviously need to improve next season in terms of players that come in, mainly looking at a striker, potentially, and a couple of really quality defenders, but they are hard to find, especially where we are in Switzerland/Liechtenstein. But the goal next season will obviously be to stay up again and improve in Europe. As I said a couple of episodes ago, Europe is our bankroller. It's how we will get money. So we need to have a good European qualifiers spell. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. There might not be a video straight away just because of what I'm doing in terms of pre-season. It might take a little bit of time, but I'm expecting that it should be out on the usual sort of midweek slot of like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Last week was Thursday, obviously, because I just had a lot of work going on, which was affecting the time to sort of upload it. So apologies it wasn't on like the sort of Tuesday or Wednesday usual time. I am trying to be more consistent and have it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, so that you guys consistently are watching it at the same time it comes out every week. But I am looking to improve on that. If you have any comments, suggestions, I greatly appreciate it. And as well, my pronunciation of certain teams, if I'm getting them wrong, or players for that matter, let me know. I always tend to struggle with that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and take it easy as always. Stay safe, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye, everyone.